dollars are a bit higher.
Of
in
course,
terms
cost of living, sure.
Cost of living, there you go. But in terms of how they could help us, I mean, first of all, obviously, those of us who did live abroad, we are encouraged to come home because we need to come back. And you know, with the situation here in Indonesia, we realize, well, the younger generation need to come back and make a difference somehow. But whether or not you live abroad or here, when you live abroad, I think part of the contribution is definitely, one, influencing those who are living in Indonesia, our families, you know, saying what our perspectives from abroad would be. You know, you had Cinta Laura last week, and I'm pretty sure while she's abroad, she's getting those perspectives, which is more of a global perspective.
Yeah. In my team, I have 3 guys came back from US to help me. And when I talked as a speaker in Chicago, 2010, I talk about Indonesian future, about the transformation, about the politics. So they come back. The whole family, they come back. Now they work as a professional here.
Wow.
So they help us. This is a real volunteer.
Well, the goal, like Sarah said, and you just said, hopefully someday those who live overseas can come home if they want to in some way. But it will take leaders like you and Jokowi and the others to create an environment for that to happen.
Yeah.
You need better infrastructure, you need government services, you need jobs.
Yeah,
What are you going to do to help that aspect?
The first is we have to transparent in our budgeting. You know, until today, most of Indonesian people, they never know about the real detail of the budgeting. Nobody knows about how
the money is being used.
How much money the people buy for the government. We could not find it in their website. That's what Jokowi and I've done in our place. Everybody could know our budgeting.
So line by line, item by item, you're listing that.
Yeah, we say this the third part of the budgeting. So you could find out how much money, the cost of for water, for the cleaning service. You could imagine in Jakarta, 1 year for education budgeting, almost 2 times Surabaya city budgeting, almost 10 trillion a year. But you still could find in Jakarta, many people could not go to the school, and even their graduate certificate, the school hold it because they still have a debt. How come? 2 times Surabaya city budget.
Okay, so you will continue this if you win.
Yeah.
You will list all expenditures and budgeting and be very transparent.
We could make it transparent so the people abroad, Indonesian people abroad, could find out and they could have for the suggestion.
Abroad and at home, yeah.
Everybody could see it in our website.
How much does this shirt cost, by the way?
I don't know, but they call it 3 for me.
That shirt, yeah. How much you put more on to buy that shirt?
Maybe our cost is maybe only 50,000, but we sell it 100,000 for the campaign.
Yeah.
And so that's like $5 or $10 you sell it. And
yeah, $5 we sell it $10.
I mean, it looks like country western. I don't know what was the idea behind that. I mean,
this is a good branding. That's why I very appreciate with Pak Jokowi. Jokowi is smart guy, businessman, but sometimes he never realized he's smart man. You know,
so he liked to wear it, and you took it as a brand.
No, he did make it a good branding. Everybody now look at this. It's Jokowi.
Yeah.
As an identity.
Sure.
It's good.
But it looks like a Western shirt.
Well, from what I've heard, part of it is to show that, you know what, in Jakarta it's like a melting pot, kind of like New York.
I was a geologist. You know. I was a geologist. This shirt is my
working shirt.
Working shirt.
Okay,
the working man
working
shirt.
man candidate. Okay, Talk Indo will carry on shortly. When we do, the best places to be in Indonesia outside of the capital city. Glad you're still watching Talk Indo. Hot topic number 3, small town serenity. The capital is where it's happening. There are world-class restaurants, supersized malls, great clubs, and jobs. But if there was a choice, would many people prefer to live in more manageable places outside Jakarta, where traffic jams are caused by horses in the road, where the air is cool and fresh, where you can see stars in the sky every night? I say no, because it all comes down to where you can best survive and get a good job, and this is where people come to work. Unfortunately,
that's a very good point. You threw a curve there.
Well, no, I mean, I wish I could say yes, but it comes down to survival.
Absolutely.
But what Jokowi and I want to do is it's like that. We want to make Jakarta a more convenient place. People love to stay in because have a good air condition, no traffic jam, and people have a good housing. Not the poor people stay
But
outside.
every candidate wants that. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
That's why I told the people, the important thing is you have to see the track record from us. If we really just to make a promise or we really want to truthfully to do that. The important is the character. You have to see us. We don't have a interesting from any parts. So what we want interest is to make the people feel Jakarta become modern. People love love to stay in a human city.
Well, you're from a small town in Belitung,
but
right?
Yeah, honestly, I have to tell to you, if I have to choose, I choose to stay in Belitung Island.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't say that now. You're wanting to be the deputy governor of Jakarta.
But you know what?
Yeah,
I love that he said that. I love that he said that. You know why? Because as much as I love for Jakarta to be a better place for people to live in, but unfortunately, because the numbers keep on rising, Jakarta is just getting to be too packed, you know. And looking at the bigger scheme of things in terms of Indonesia, I want more politicians, more people building the infrastructure in the other areas of Indonesia so that people would love to stay where they are.
Yeah, so we
they
don't have
to come to
Right.
Jakarta so that we can build up the rest of Indonesian infrastructure.
But then it takes leaders.
Absolutely.
That's what we want to do, Jakarta. All I want to do is to be a showcase. When you could vote for the honest and clean and transparent and totally serve the people, governor or bupati or mayor, then people will realize it. They want to say the whole Indonesia, we need like a Jokowi
Something
and
like that,
Basuki
yes.
to be our leader in our regency.
Okay.
That will change and transform Indonesia.
Sarah, it would be nice if good jobs could be spread around the country, that industries such as chip makers or garment factories would move away from Jakarta and set up shop in Medan or Balikpapan or Belitung, right?
And
But
we need more farmers as well. Our
We need more-
our agro system is suffering.
We need more the servant leader, servant politician.
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, to serve people.
Yes. Politicians and leaders
Not to
who are
become
there
rich by
to
themselves.
serve the people.
To serve
Well,
the
the
people.
term public servant means you serve the public, but
Yeah.
yeah, some leaders forget
Forget that.
the public serves them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why we want to win the Jakarta election. So people will see Jakarta is at 80% media coverage. So the whole Indonesian will see this. If you could vote the good leaders, you could get the justice
But
for
everyone
yourself.
goes in with those ideals. But then you hit the big bureaucracy and you hit all the people who don't want to change.
Yeah, not all the bureaucracy is bad, The important is
I understand. Yeah.
if the top leader is good straight, nobody could become corrupt. The important is the leader.
It starts from the
Leadership.
top down.
Yeah, the top down. If the leader good example, if a straight and honest, nobody could have a courage to corrupt.
Okay, let's finish with this topic. What small town would you live in if you could choose somewhere? And you already said you'd be back in Belitung.
Belitung
if you
Island.
could. Okay,
Yeah.
I would choose somewhere in Jimboran or Uluwatu in Bali because I'm a beach guy. I'm from Hawaii. It's a small town, so I would live next to a nice
The
beach.
small with, that's why I want to invite you to visit the Belitung Island.
You have a beach
white
there?
sand, white sand,
Do they have
beautiful,
waves? Can you surf
White
there?
beautiful
sand.
beach and a big stone, granite stone.
I would love to visit. Okay,
Yeah. You
Sarah?
just tell me when you want.
let's talk about it.
Ooh, me too. Am I
Yeah. I invite both of you.
Don't go alone. Let's go there for one of our segments.
Your choice, Sarah.
Okay, my choice, my choice.
Where would you live if you could live?
You know what? I was going to say Bali, but I would say this: anywhere where I can get, where I can live peacefully, do what I love. Unfortunately, what I love to do is acting, and not a lot of places, even Indonesia, not even
Not even Bali.
Not even Bali
I
really
believe
has
she
that
will
infrastructure.
fall in love with the Belitung Island after
Oh,
visit.
okay, right.
More
So
beautiful
I'm
than Bali.
gonna start, I'm going to bring my production company there, make movies
You
there.
You need a Wi-Fi connection, then she'll be there. Yeah. All right.
Hey, we have a Wi-Fi connection.
Okay.
Belitung Island.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, kampung.
Time to check our feedback now. Susie tweeted this about guest host Chinta Laura Keel. I love the way she's talking, so smart and open-minded. She is a sharp and concerned young lady, Susie. Widania tweeted this. Don't know why I love your accent, Dalton. Please be my grandfather. Hey, please.
Sorry.
I'm still working on being a father. And Stingray posted this on our Facebook page. I like this program because it's so attractive. I believe he means Sarah. Keep on posting on Facebook, tweeting, or emailing with name and city to talkindo@metrotvnews.com. Final words, Basuki.
Yeah, I just hope Jakarta residents not easily to trust us. We are a politician. We could talk very well. All you want to need is to know from a 6 candidate for a governor, you have to find out the track record. If you find they're more good than us, more clean, transparent, and totally serve the people more than us, please don't vote for us because you will lose for 5 years.
Oh, the first appeal to not vote for you. Okay. Sarah, final words.
I am loving this episode. Lots of curves. But yes, I just came back from Russia as a delegate for Republic of Indonesia to APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, and for the Women and Economic Forum, even though I have no idea anything about economy. But somehow I was invited as a speaker, and there I learned so much about what each business owners, what each person can do to actually make it a bit better for every single person to handle the balance between work and life, because it doesn't take just the women, it takes also the men to be able to support a family mentally.
Okay, so now you're an activist in Russia too. All right.
Not as Indonesian.
My final words. Americans around the world, including here in Jakarta, celebrated their Independence Day this past week. It's a time for hot dogs and fireworks, but it's mainly a moment to remember how hard Americans. So we here in Indonesia should remember that even more mature nations don't have it perfect. And with our 67th Independence Day coming up, we are further along than many others, but we still must work to get it better every day. And that is Talk Indo for this week. For Sarah and Basuki, thank you very much. I'm Dalton Tanonaka. See you next week.